This is an Orphan oil and gas well in western Pennsylvania. It is left from a time over a century ago when Pennsylvania was one of the leading producers of oil in the world. Oil from Orphan wells powered our country through 2 world wars. But those days are gone, and Orphan wells were abandoned decades ago. The people who drilled and operated the old wells are long gone too, and there is no one left who is responsible for Orphan wells. There are millions of orphaned wells all across America. The orphaned wells are a problem because as they age, they deteriorate. As the wells rust, they leak oil into our underground water. They leak oil into streams. And they let natural gas into the atmosphere. The solution is to plug the wells so they can't leak. In the old days, there were few rules for wells. Nothing prevented a driller from simply walking away from a well like this one. And if a driller did plug a well, the rules at that time only required the operator to put a wooden plug down the hole. Drillers could purchase wooden plugs from a mail order catalog like this one. Today, we know how to do a better job. To stop a well from leaking, we have to take out all the old equipment and put cement deep in the hole and cement again at the top. The cement makes it impossible for oil and gas to escape. But sometimes, getting the cement into the well can be easier said than done. The old-timers drilled in some difficult places, and it can take specialized equipment to get to the islands or through the swamps where abandoned wells are discovered. In some cases, the old-timers drilled right next to a stream or river. With the passage of time, the water has washed away the banks, and now the old well is stranded. Saplings that were tiny when the old wells were abandoned have now grown into full-sized trees that have to be carefully moved before the well can be worked on. Sometimes new structures like these power lines have been built on top of or next to old wells, making it difficult or unsafe to plug the well. But the biggest challenge to plugging these old wells is rust. With every year that passes, the old equipment in these wells deteriorates. When the pipe rusts off and falls to the bottom, it lands in a big heap, and all that smashed pipe must be fished out of the well before the plugging cement can be put in. Sometimes it can take weeks or months to clean out one of these old wells. And every year that goes by, the problem of rust gets worse. The orphan wells are something we have all inherited. No one who is alive today has benefited from these orphan wells. In neighboring Ohio and West Virginia, the states have funded multi-million-dollar programs to plug their orphan wells. Interestingly, those states are asking for Pennsylvania oil and gas workers to move to Ohio and West Virginia to help plug their orphan wells. We have a golden opportunity to employ Pennsylvania's skilled oil and gas workers right here in Pennsylvania to plug our problem wells. It will be a win for Pennsylvania's environment and a much-needed stimulus for the oil and gas workers who have seen their jobs vanish. We have the skills and equipment to do the job, but we need funding. If we wait any longer, the ongoing deterioration of the wells will close the window of opportunity, and then Pennsylvania's communities and environment will all be paying a much higher price in the future.